Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to showcase my first 3D car model available now on kaiwanproduction.com. Me and my team have worked on this model for the past 3 months and I am very excited that it's finally here. Now the motivation behind making this mainly came from my experience with other 3D car assets. Now you probably know that I love using cars in my artworks. But every time I would use one from the web, it was not functional and efficient to use. So I wanted to create something that is reliable, easy to use, high detailed, interior, exterior, realistic, and functional, all at the same time. So in this video, I will dive in and explain how to take full advantage of this 3D car asset. Let's talk about files. Once you have downloaded and extracted your files, you have 2 folders to work with. The first one will be the original formats, which includes Blender, FBX, and OBJ files, as well as the texture folder if needed. As I wrote in the description, I highly recommend you guys using Blender when it's come to this 3D car model, since the rigging, changing colors with a click of a button, and lights that comes with it only works using Blender software. However, you can still use this car model if you're using other 3D softwares through FBX and OBJ formats, but obviously with less functionality. Here, as you can see, we have 3 different Blender files, so let's go ahead and showcase them quickly one by one. Starting from the clean version, which is the first one here. Here you can see if you go to render viewport, this is pretty much how it looks. Now you can move around. There's also a camera that comes with it. If you just press the camera, you can see how it's aligned. I'm just going to turn it around a little bit here. And keep in mind that we're going to dive in all the details. But for now, let's just showcase it a bit quickly to see how it actually looks. Here you can even zoom in a bit. You can see all the details here. All right, now I'm going to jump to the second one. Here I'm going to click open. Second one is a bit like a medium dirt version of the first one. Like, you know, a car has been used probably for a few months and you haven't washed it. That's the best way to explain. So let's see here. You have some dirt around the tires and you also have some dust and textures on the windows. So that's how it pretty much looks on the surface. You can definitely explore it more. That's the medium version. Now let's jump to the last one, which is the worst kind, I would say, but in a good way. Here, if you go to render viewport, you will see what I'm talking about. So if you move it around a little bit, let me turn off these. As you can see, it comes with a lot of details and textures on the outer body area. Even the plate, if you look closely, it's been damaged. So the whole package kind of looks realistic altogether. My favorite part would be the windows that comes with a lot of texture. You can do some close-up renders here in the car, you know, using a model or however you like. Even interior, if you can see, it's all matches well. It's completely organized in the most efficient way. Like, it doesn't feel odd. It feels real when you look at the interior and exterior together. All right, now let's talk about rigging. Rigging is probably one of my favorite things about this model. It's highly organized and effective. For example, if I want to open the door of the car, I can simply click on the shaped wire objects around the door and press R to rotate. Beautiful, isn't it? And let's say I want to close the door now. All you have to do is just press N on your keyboard and this bar will show up. And here you can go to transform and here you can see the unlocked x-axis. Make sure to set it on 0 and here you go back to default mod. Keep in mind that this method applies to all the rigged options you have here with this 3D model. For example, you have the tires here that comes with rigging options. The box, you can see the details inside as well. And even a headlight blocker that you can play around. Maybe block the headlights if you prefer it that way. Now, let's talk about colors. Changing colors has never been this easy when it comes to a 3D model. All you have to do is just simply click on any of these exterior bodies, or you can say outer bodies of the car, and then go to material section And here you can change the color to whatever color you like. And you can do the same thing when it's come to interior here. You can change the leather color simply to whatever color you prefer. And you can get really creative here. Keep in mind that you can do the same thing for other version that comes with the dirt. The color of the car will change, but it will not affect the dirt and the damage that has been applied to the car. So that's, an option if you want. But now let's talk about lights. You might have noticed that when you open the Blender files, all the lights are already on. You can obviously turn them off down here if you like, or you can simply hide them or turn down the power in the material section. That's an option you have. Now let's get them back on. In here you can see and notice how realistic they look. I have personally struggled for a long time to achieve a realistic look when it came to adding lights to my previous car models. But with this asset, you have everything organized for you. It even comes with an interior roof light here. So it's that serious. Like, we went the extra mile to add all the details, all the available lights that you can be creative with. And keep in mind that you can do your own customization to it. You can change the colors of the light in the material section and even delete them if you don't prefer the lights at all. Alright, now finally, let's talk about importing. When it comes to importing these 3D models, you have a few options. The first option just doesn't need importing. Like, you can start creating your scene based on this Blender file. You can simply start creating and add different elements to your scene. But keep in mind to save your original Blender files just to be safe. Second option to import is by appending the model. For example, let's say we have a scene here and I would like to use and import the model with all its functionality, the rigging, the lights, everything. All I have to do is go to File, Append, go to where my Blender file is, click on it, and then go to Object, and then select all the elements you need, and then press on Append. And here you have the car model imported. Now you can start rigging the car and play with lights. The third and final option comes in handy when you don't want rigging or any kind of lights. You can simply use gITF format. This is mainly designed for quick import use. All you have to do is just go to File, Import, gITF format, and here in this folder you should have all the 3 versions. Let's go ahead with medium dirt on this one and click Import. And now you should have the car imported. Obviously, it is different a bit from the other original Blender file model, but again, it comes with 0 functionality, that's why, and it takes less storage in your scene, which can be useful in many situations. So that's it. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.